You are laying down, please go ahead and get there. And you all have been here and you know what props will support you best. I often call them props, but I like to think of them as tools. You know, they're not, they're something we use when we need them. All right, so once you get settled, position that feels right for you, go ahead and whatever is touching on the surface that you're on, whether it's on your seat, that would be your lower body. If you're on your back, that would be the back of your body. Whatever it is, allow that to sink into the support. Let the support hold you. And then from there, if you are seated, do lengthen your spine, but do relax your shoulders down. If you're laying down, simply allow the length of your body to settle on your mat. And bring your attention to the entire length of your body, from your feet all the way up to your crown. And the width of your body, shoulder to shoulder. Notice how the right side of your body feels, the left side of your body, the back and the front, the outside and the inside. Moving deeper now from the physical sensations into the sensations of breath. Noticing how the in-breath feels, how the out-breath feels, the rhythm of the breath, if there's a texture to the breath, simply notice. Notice your emotional and mental state. Acknowledging what's here without judging. And then seeing all these layers of your being, set an intention for your practice. When you are ready, bring your palms together, thumbs to the sternum, breathe in. And as you breathe out, bring one hand to your chest, one hand to your belly. Find your three-part breath, sensing the way the belly, the ribs, and the chest expand on the in-breath, and sensing them let go and relax on the out-breath. And some of you might wish to just be here, sensing the movement of breath through the belly, the ribs, the chest. And some of you might find it beneficial to let your inhales and exhales become equal in length. Some of you might want to play around with it. And if you sense that it does not work for you, if it's not beneficial, let it go. Find a rhythm that works for you. And for those of you who are using the equal breath, perhaps playing around with extending both the in-breath and the out-breath. And the wonderful thing about practicing yoga is that this is not in any way a competition. We're not trying to get anywhere. We're exploring, sensing, getting to know our body, our mind, our energies. Whatever breath technique you are using to now, go ahead and find one more cycle of breath there. And then let that go. Lower your hands down by your side. Pause to feel the feedback that your body is giving you. All right, now prepare yourself to move your body. So if you have any support underneath your feet, please put that off to the side. Plant your feet down on your mat, hands down by your side. We'll take an inhale here and arch the back to the degree that's comfortable for it. And as you exhale, lower your back down to your mat, drop your belly down. Inhale, arch your back. And exhale and flatten. Staying as intimate with your breath as you make these movements in your body. Inhaling, arching, and exhale, flattening. And some of you might just want to stay here playing around with the sensations in your low back and in the front side of your body as your pelvis tips forward and back. Some of you might want to explore lifting the arms above the head on the in-breath and then lowering the arms down by your side on the out-breath. Inhale, arching the back and maybe lifting the arms over the head. And exhale, lowering the arms, flattening the back. Let's do one more cycle of this movement. The next time your arms lift towards your head, go ahead and stay there. And if this is not working for you today, you can keep your arms by your side, maybe out to a T. Go ahead and straighten your legs. And then see if you can be in contact with your bottom ribs and see if you can drop them down towards the earth so you're not hyperextending your back. Take another breath in, lengthen from your feet to your fingertips. And as you exhale, walk your legs over to your left side. Notice the sensations there, and perhaps you want to stay here, or you can walk your arms over to the left side as well. You can tip your right pelvis up and then lower it down. See how that feels in your back. And just pause here, visualizing that our ribs, that we're breathing in and through our ribs so that the ribs start to move away from each other on the in-breath and then relax on the out-breath. One more cycle of breath here. And then from here, walk your feet and your arms back to center, and then we'll switch sides. So walk your legs over to your right. Pause there for a moment, see if this is enough, and if so, stay there. Otherwise, your arms will move over to the right side as well. Again, imagine, before you do that, you can lift your left hip up just a tad, and then let it settle down. See if that feels good in your back. And then here we visualize breathing through the ribs, allowing the ribs to expand on the in-breath, and then relax on the out. Creating space between the ribs as we breathe. Inhale, walk your legs back in, walk your arms back in, and then lower your arms down by your side. Draw your right knee in towards the chest. Follow that up with your left knee and take a moment here to just move your knees forward and back. Straightening the elbows as the knees move forward, bending the elbows as the knees move towards the chest. All right, lower your right foot down, left knee to the chest. And then from here, lower your left foot down and then right knee to the chest. Just marching here as one foot lowers, the opposite knee moves towards the chest. And then lower that foot down so that the opposite knee can come to the chest. Just marching here. And then for some people, this would be plenty. This would be enough. Just stay here. If you want to explore a little more, maybe you'll bring your right shin parallel to the floor and then your left shin parallel to the floor as well. Now, just stay there for a moment. Notice how the abdomen starts to wake up. And if you feel that this is too much at any point, come back to just marching. All right. Take a breath in. And then as you're ready, dip your left toes down to the mat. And then come back to center. Exhale, right toes to the mat. I'm sorry, that's the inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, dipping left toes. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, dipping right toes. Exhale, come back to center. Hug both knees in towards the chest again. And then this time we're going to roll the feet around a couple of times in one direction and a couple of times in the other direction. Relax the feet down and then make circles here with your hips by rolling the legs around. You can use your hands to support you here, or you can just bring your hands down by your side. Again, it's all about exploring, see what your body will do for you today, and then circle the hips out in the other direction. Finish this one that you're on, and then lower your feet down on your mat. All right, we're going to straighten the legs one at a time. Press the feet towards the wall behind them. Bring your hands together to your heart. Take a breath in and lift your arms towards your head, any amount. Then as you exhale, hug one knee in towards the chest. Follow that up with the other knee, knees to chest. When the inhale comes, bring your knees wide, lift the bottoms of your feet up towards the sky, happy baby pose. As you exhale, hug those knees in towards the chest. Inhale, lift your left leg up. And as you exhale, float that leg down. The foot can rest on the mat, it can hover off the mat. Inhale, press your left foot forward. Exhale, hug the knees in towards the chest. Inhale, the right leg now lifts up. Exhale, float the leg down. Inhale, press the foot away. Exhale, hug that knee in towards the chest. Inhale, press both feet up towards the sky. The knees can be soft. And then lift your arms towards your head. Exhale, the knees to the chest. Inhale, plant your feet down, plant your arms down by your side. Exhale, drop your abdomen down towards the mat. Inhale, lift your hips up, slide your knees forward, bridge pose. Exhale, float your hips down. Take your time here as you inhale, lift your legs up and lift your arms over your head. Exhale, hug your knees in towards your chest. Inhale, plant your feet on your mat, slide the heels away, lift your arms above your head. Exhale, bring your palms together, thumbs to the heart. Lower your hands down, pause for a moment. We'll do that whole sequence one more time. So when you are ready, inhale, bring your hands to your heart. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, this time lift your arms towards your head. Exhale, knees to chest. Take your time there. Inhale, bring your knees wide, find your happy baby pose. Exhale, the knees to the chest. This time, the right leg will lift up towards the sky. Exhale, float that leg down. Inhale, press your foot away from your hip. Exhale, the knee comes back to the chest. Inhale, the left foot now towards the sky. Exhale, float that leg down. Inhale, press your foot away from your hip. Exhale, the knees to the chest. Inhale, plant your feet and your arms by your side. Exhale, lower your abdomen down. Inhale, lift your hips up, press the feet down firmly, slide your knees forward. Exhale, float your hips down. Inhale, lift your legs, lift your arms. Exhale, the knees to the chest. Inhale, plant your feet on your mat, slide the heels away, lift your arms above your head. And exhale, bring your palms together, thumbs to the heart. Lower your hands down, and then pause and breathe. All right, now from here, we're going to make our way to seated. Now I'm going to come close to you just so I can explain this better, and you might see the hand movements better. Stay where you are in your comfortable seat. And once you get there, do take your time. I'm going to demo with just my right hand. So you're not going to be, it'll be your left. Okay. So please make a fist with your hand. And then just very slowly, just open the fingers one at a time. It's like, you can think of this as a flower blossoming. And then curl the fingers back in. Yeah, just like that. Let's just do this on the other side as well. So go ahead and unfold your fingers one at a time. Yeah, just like that. Beautiful, everyone. All right. And then, so I'm going to make my way down to my seat. And just think of this as a fun thing to do, even if it doesn't feel like fun, just, play around with it. So we're going to start with, let's call this the flower and rainbow movement. So we're going to start with your left hand out to the side, and then make a soft fist. Yeah, that's your flower. And then let's start with a rainbow. So just keep the fist and then lift your arms out to the side, overhead, and then over to the right. So you come into a twist. Okay. And then we're going to untwist, lift that arm above your head, and then out to the side. All right. Now we're going to add the hand movement to this. Now, see if you can open the flower up in time with the rainbow, so that by the time, so let's start with just lifting the arm up about 1/5 of the way up, open the thumb up, 2/5 of the way up, the pointer finger, and then all the way up, it's the middle finger, and then the ring finger, the pinky, until you find yourself in a twist. And then you're going to do the same thing as we reverse. So the pinky comes in first, you're 1/5 of the way up, then the ring, the middle finger, the pointer, the thumb, and you're all the way back to center. Okay, so go ahead and play around with that, coordinating the unfolding of the flower with the arc of the rainbow on your own. So when you are ready, and then you might find, and if you find that it's kind of hard to coordinate the movement, I know I find it challenging. And to teach this, to be speaking at the same time and then doing the movement is doubly challenging for me. So if you find that it is challenging, just honor that. And if you don't find it challenging, well, good for you. Good. The next time, and do take your time, the next time your left hand's out to the side, just stay there. Beautiful, everyone. So this is meant to kind of wake up the brain, fire up the brain. There's a lot of stuff going on here. There's the hand movement, there's the left and right side. So just see what's going on in your body. All right, we'll just switch sides here. So we'll do a couple of arches on the right, on your right side. So when you are ready, make a soft fist with your hand. Go ahead and lift about 1/5 of the way up, open the thumb, 2/5, now the pointer, all the way up, now the middle, and then the ring, and then the pinky, until you find yourself in a twist. Then go the opposite way, unfolding and unblossoming at the same time. You are tracing the arc of your rainbow. And if you find, like me, that the fingers don't quite unfold equally, don't be surprised. That's natural. Good. Do take your time here. The next time your right hand's on your side, just stay there. All right. Roll those shoulders around a couple of times in one direction and a couple of times in the other direction. Excellent. Did anybody have a challenging time with that? Yes, no, no, just so. Okay, let's make our way to hands and knees, please. And if hands and knees do not work for you, stay seated for cat. We are moving through a twist today on our hands and knees, thread the needle. Some of you might want to have a block close by to rest your head on, or a pillow or a bolster if the floor feels too far. I'll also offer another alternative to thread the needle. All right, so if you're in hands and knees or you're seated, please find a position for a table pose for those on hands and knees, seated. You can just be in neutral spine. When you are ready, take a breath in, lift your sit bones up, arch your back to the degree that's comfortable for it. And as you exhale, drop your tail, relax your head, hug your low belly in towards the back of the body, arching your back. I'm sorry, rounding your back. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Let's do one more like that. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Come back to a neutral spine. Bring your left hand behind your head in whatever position you're on. Take a breath in, lift that elbow up, follow that elbow with your gaze. And as you exhale, bring your elbow over to your left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, elbow to the left. One more time, lift. And this time, elbow to the left. Some of you might want to play around with threading the needle. And again, this is a good place to put a support underneath the head if the floor feels too far. And if this doesn't work for you, come to seated and bring your right arm across your chest. It's going to give you the space that we are trying to create in the back of the right shoulder. All right. Some of you might feel really coordinated and strong today and maybe want to explore bringing the left leg back, stretching the back of the knee. Feel free to do that. You can also do this seated. You can just stretch the left leg long. Now bring your knee back in. Press your left hand close to your face so your neck is fully supported. Tuck your chin slightly under. And then inhale to unthread that right arm, lift it up towards the sky, and then lower that. All right, switching sides here, left hand to the back of the head. Take a breath in, lift that elbow up, follow that elbow with your gaze. Exhale the elbow now to the right. Inhale and exhale. Let's do one more time like that. Inhale. And then exhale, thread that arm underneath the right. Float your left cheek on your mat or on your support. Pause, breathe. Again, if you're seated, the arm across the chest works just as well. If you're on hands and knees and feel really strong today, you can play around with bringing your right foot back. And stay for another breath. Bring your knee back in. Press your right hand close to your face. Tuck your chin slightly under. And when you are ready, inhale, lift that left arm up towards the sky. And exhale to float that hand back down. All right, take a breath in. Inhale, arch your back. Exhale, hug the belly in, and then move those hips back towards the heels any amount. For some people, this is where you go. For some people, all the way down to the heels, depending on your knees and your back. Inhale, make your way back to table and arch your back. Exhale, move those hips back towards the heels any amount. Let's do one more like that. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, make your way back to table. Walk your hands forward and hold the outer edges of your mat. Bring those hips back and up, puppy pose. Stay for another breath. And then when you are ready, walk the hands back in and then come to your elbows. Step your right foot back. Notice how this feels in your body. And bring the knee back in and step the left foot back, straightening the knee, stretching the back of the knee. And you can play around with this, switching side to side. And you can also, if you feel strong today, walk your knees further back, hug that low belly in for a knee forearm plank. Stay for another breath. When you are ready, walk your knees back in, walk your hands in, and come to your knees. I'm going to take this to a back bend. Bring your hands to your low back. Lift your chest up. Roll your shoulders back. And find your back bend here. Camel pose. One more breath. And when you are ready, release your camel and prepare yourself for standing poses. So go ahead and find your way there as safely as you always do. Maybe stepping one foot forward, lifting the back knee up, and then stepping that other foot forward. Walk your hands in, find your way to standing. Please clear your mat. Standing behind your support, chair, blocks, wall. And bring your feet underneath your hips. All right, so from here, bring your hands down by your side. Take a moment to just sense yourself standing in space, bottoms of the feet firm on the mat. Just see if you can just bring your hands by your side to start with, palms facing forward. And maybe that action will help bring the shoulders back. Sometimes we've gotten so used to all this forward motion of the arms that our chest starts to cave in. See if you can just roll those shoulders back without getting so stiff. Just find the broadness in the chest. And that's also going to help with breathing. All right, when you are ready, take your arms out to the side and lift them up towards the head. And that's the in-breath. And then on the out-breath, lower your hands to your support. Step your right foot back behind you. The heel up for this one. Your left knee here is bent. It's a high lunge breath. One or both arms, one arm will lift. That would be your right arm. If you're in a high lunge, keep one hand on the chair just for balance. Lower the hand down. And then from here, take a breath. And as you're ready, shift your hips back, straighten your left knee. Inhale, rebend that left knee. Now your arm lifts. And as you exhale, float that hand down, straighten the left knee. We're going to do that again. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do one more. Inhale. And exhale. Rebend that front knee. Let's step the right foot in. Take a breath in. Press your chest forward, a half fold. The hips are moving back. The belly is drawn in. The shoulders are lifting up towards the sky, so the chest is broad. Stay for the exhale. Now soften those knees as you inhale, lift your arms over your head. And as you exhale, bring your palms together right in front of your heart. We're going to do that again, this time on the other side. Take an inhale, lift your arms over your head. Exhale, hands to your support, soften your knees and step your left foot back with the heel up. The right knee is bent over the ankle. On your next inhale, lift your left arm over your head. And as you exhale, hands to the support, we straighten that right knee. Inhale, arm lifts. Exhale, hand comes down, right knee straightens. Couple more times like that at the pace of your own breath. Good. One more. Beautiful, everyone. The next time your knee bends, stay there. And then we're going to step the left foot next to the right. Inhale, press your chest forward, move your sits bones back. Stay for the exhale. And then as you inhale, lift your arms over your head. And as you exhale, float your palms together right in front of the heart. Notice how you're breathing. And if it helps to just bring your hands over your chest to feel your heartbeat, go ahead and do that. And then lower your hands down by your side. All right, from here, we're going to move a little more. Take an inhale, lift your arms over your head. As you exhale, bring your hands to your support, soften your knees, right foot steps back again. This time we'll lower the heel down and the left knee will bend. Take an inhale, lift one or both arms over your head. This time as you exhale and straighten the front knee, we're going to bring the hands behind us. Good, inhale, arms lift, front knee bends. Exhale, sweep your arms back behind you. Let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale. Now keep your arms behind you. A couple of options here. You can keep the palms apart just like what you're doing now, or you can lace your fingers, press the knuckles towards your heel. Now let's bend that left knee. Lift the chest up. Another version of warrior one. Press the heel of your right foot down, feel your calf stretching, and stay for one more breath. And then from here, let's bring the hands to the support, bring the weight to the left leg, and then we'll lift that right heel up. Yep. Feel free to stay right here or hinge from that left hip as you lift that right leg up any amount. Drop the toes down, press the heel back. Warrior three. And some of you might want to play around with lifting the left arm in front of you. Keep breathing. And then when you are ready, float the hand down and let's float that right foot down. All right, shake everything out. Let it go. Let's switch sides now. Take a breath in, lift your arms over your head. And as you exhale, float your hands to your support. Soften your knees. This time the left foot will step back. The heel is down this time. Right knee is bent. When you are ready, inhale one or both arms over the head. Good. And as you exhale, straighten the front knee, sweep your arms back behind you. Nice. Inhale, front knee bends, arm lifts, traditional warrior one. Exhale, sweep your arms back behind you. Nice. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Stay right there or lace your fingers, maybe with the opposite index finger on top. Bend your right knee again, and let's find the broadness in the chest. Drop your tail towards your left heel so you're not hyper arching your back. Notice how you're breathing. Good. From there, bring your hands to your support. Shift your weight to your right leg and lift your left heel up. Notice how this feels in your body. You can opt to stay here or hinge from that right hip and maybe lift the left toes up. And if you feel super strong, you can also bring your arm alongside your ear. Some of you could even bring both arms up, and that really is up to you. That's your choice. Keep breathing wherever you are. And then when you are ready, float the hand down and let's float the left foot next to the right. All right, inhale, lift your arms over your head. And as you exhale, float your hands to your heart. Let's shake everything. Just give it a little shake. Yep. And then bring your feet wider than your hips. And let's just give ourselves a little tapping here. Moving side to side and giving our, letting our arms and hands tap on our torso. Yep. Nice, everyone. Good. And then slow it down. Slow the pendulum down until you find stillness. And then just pause and notice how that felt. Good. Now we're going to bring the feet wider than the hips, and most of you are there already. Let's turn the left toes to the short end of the mat, the right toes towards the long end. Let's bend that left knee over the ankle, pointing the knee towards the middle of the foot. And then when you are ready, lift your arms out to the side, gaze past your left hand to find your second warrior, warrior two. See if you can extend those fingertips as far away from your body as you can, both the left and right side. And feel the strength of your lower body. And at the same time, feel the support of that strength. Feel the sensations of the mat underneath you. Now let's float that right hand down, turn the left hand up, lift that arm any amount towards the head. And then we'll bend that elbow, bring the hand to the upper back, and then lift that elbow up any amount. Stay for another breath. And when you are ready, float the arm back down, straighten your left knee, and turn your toes in. Walk everything back in. Let's roll those shoulders a few times in one direction and a few times in the other direction. All right, let's switch sides. So you can move your support or you can simply turn. Bring your feet wider than your hips. Now turn your right toes to the short end of the mat, left toes to the long end. Bend that right knee over or behind the ankle, point that knee towards the middle of the foot. Let's take the arms wide. Now notice when you start to lift your arms, does your neck become the primary support of your arms? And if so, see if you can relax the neck and instead use the strength of the muscles in the arms, in the back, as opposed to the neck. Gaze past your right hand if that's good, if that feels good for the neck. And then breathe here. And once again, feel the lower body and how it's supporting the upper body. But also acknowledge what's supporting that lower body. We'll float that left hand down, turn the right palm up, lift it up towards the sky any amount. Now bend the elbow, bringing the hand to the upper back. Now press that elbow up towards the sky. See if you can feel the space that you've already conditioned earlier, the space between the ribs, and see if you can feel your breath there. The space underneath that armpit. We'll stay for another breath. And when you are ready, float that arm back down. Let's just straighten the right knee and turn all toes forward. Let's walk everything back. All right, let's shake everything out again. Maybe bobbing, maybe shaking the arms, shaking the legs. Good. And then find stillness. When you are ready, take an inhale, lift your arms above your head. And as you exhale, float your palms together, thumbs to the heart. Lower your hands down. Go ahead and prepare yourself to come to your belly. So if you have your chairs, you're going to use your chairs. You can bring your hands to the outside of your chair. Step 1 foot back, lower that knee down. Then bring your hands to your mat and bring the other knee down. And you can move your support off to the side and then come to your belly. We'll begin by stacking the palms together, lowering the forehead down. And some of you might find that the position on the belly is not a good idea for you today. It doesn't benefit you today, in which case, please lie down on your back. And if you are on the belly with me, go ahead and bring your attention to your lower legs, your lower body rather. And then from there, we're going to inhale and lift the left leg up and press the heel or the toes towards the wall behind it. And then lower that foot down. And we'll switch sides, lift the right foot up, press the toes back, and then plant the foot down. Preparing the lower body now for half locust pose. Inhale, lift both legs or one leg at a time up. Press the toes back so you're not shortening even if the back, even if you are strengthening it. And then when you're ready, float the feet down. If you are on your back, do the same action. Press the toes back and down towards the mat instead. So you're still activating the back of your legs. When you're ready, let's do that one more time. Inhale, press the feet back, and exhale, release. Bend both knees. Let's windshield wiper the legs side to side. And make your way back to center. Please lug roll yourselves onto your back. I'm going to just switch here. And hug your knees in towards your chest. And please lower your left leg down. Lace your fingers behind your right thigh or use your strap. Press your foot up towards the ceiling, any amount. Drop your toes down. Press your heel up and feel the back of your leg. Hand to big toe pose. And stay for another breath. And when you are ready, bend that knee, hold that knee with your left hand. Your right arm's out to the side. Take a breath in. And when you are ready, exhale to bring the knee over to your left side. Soft, easy breaths. On your next inhale, lift your knee back up. And this time, hug both knees in towards the chest. Take a moment, rock side to side. Lower your left foot down again, but keep that knee bent. We're going to cross that right ankle over the left thigh. Some people might find that this is enough, and so you stay here. And some people might need to bring the left knee in towards the chest. Wherever you are, see that you are, in fact, tuning in to what your body is asking for and treating it with kindness. Let's lower that left foot down, uncross that right ankle, and once again, let's hug the knees in towards the chest. Okay, this time, the right foot will lower, and then we'll lift the left foot up towards the ceiling for hand to big toe pose. Feel the sensations in the back of your left leg. Rebend that knee. And then we'll straighten the right leg. Let's go ahead and guide that knee over to the right side, finding a twist. Sense the sensations in your left hip as you're here, in your back. If you find that the sensations are too much, you can back off. If you find that the breath becomes jagged and shortened, you might need to back off. You can treat yourself kindly. On your next inhale, bring that knee back in, hug that knee in, and we're going to plant that right foot down so we can cross the ankle outside of that. And remember our idea of exploration. Even if you're so used to bringing the left knee in towards the chest, notice what would happen if you just keep the foot down. Just notice. And then if you want to play around a little more, notice what would happen when you bring the knee in towards the chest. What is the difference? The practice is really becoming intimate with our own inner process. Physically, energetically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Lower your foot down, uncross your ankle, hug both knees in towards the chest. And then we'll take this to legs up. So if you feel that you need to support yourself, please move yourself close to a wall or a furniture that you can put your legs on. And some of you might want to play around with more stronger legs up, which means you simply lift the feet up towards the ceiling, allowing the abdomen, the core to support your legs up. There is no advanced pose. It's really our attitude towards ourselves that is more important. One more full cycle of breath. Rebend your knees, plant your feet down on your mat. And then from there, straighten one knee and then press that heel away. Just lengthen the hip flexors and then do the same for the other side, pressing the heel away. And then we'll prepare the mat for our rest. So go ahead and set your tools up so that you will feel supported through this rest pose. And once you settle, allow your eyes to soften. Allow your body to soften. From your toes to your lower legs, your upper legs, your hips, abdomen, chest, lower back, mid back, upper back, your shoulders, arms, hands, neck, face, head, whole body resting. Let your mind's eyes settle on your breath. Let your breath be comfortable and easeful. And if it's helpful for you, visualize a deep part of you that is the source of well-being. A deep well within you of healing. And imagine that this well is bubbling up all the way to the crown of your head. Allow this sense of well-being, this healing, to cascade down from the crown to your face, the back of your head, cascading down the neck, the arms, all the way to the hands and fingertips. Sense of well-being cascading down to your chest, to your back, to your belly, down to your thighs, your shins, all the way down to your feet. This unending cascade of well-being, wrapping you up. And for some people, you might want to stay here longer, rest longer. And for some people who are ready to move back into the world, go ahead and deepen your breath. Allow small movements with your fingers and your toes. Expand the movement to your wrists and your ankles. Circle the wrists and ankles in the other direction. Let's take the arms either out to the side or over the head. Point the fingers and toes away from each other. Take a breath in. And when you are ready, breathe out and lower your hands by your side. Check in with how you feel. And then very slowly make your way to one side. Pausing and breathing there. And take your time to come up to a comfortable seat. Keep your gaze low. Bring your palms together, thumbs touching the sternum. Taking a moment here to acknowledge yourself and the efforts you have made to connect, to explore, to be curious, to be kind. Thank you so much for sharing your practice.
Thank you, Maribel.
Thank you so much, everyone.
See you next week.